What did Deb have to say?
Deb had to say, if I had a second job, can I have 100% of that wage SS'd into my super? Now, I'm guessing that means salary sacrificed.
Yeah, that's right. So the answer is you can, Deb. And even with your first job, you can have 100% of your salary sacrificed to super. So effectively, what that means is your employer would effectively, if ordinary course of business, if you were employed and you're like, I want to do an extra $120 a week or whatever it is to super, you tell your employer, they will put it into super and you'll get paid less take home, right? It is a good tax strategy because usually when you put money into super, most people most of the time are only paying 15% contributions tax on that, which is usually higher than what most people most of the time are paying of 30%. Now, when you've got a second job, you can absolutely do that. But I think there's maybe a couple of things that I just want to walk through that could impact this. So, your notice of assessment, which is you get paid, you get the notice of assessment, you earned X amount of dollars from your employer. Therefore, we've held X amount of tax. Now, the trap here, and this is where maybe doing it the other way could be beneficial, and I'll talk about the other way. I think because Deb wants to put 100% of the second wage into super, I don't think this would be a problem. But when we salary sacrifice, our employer withholds less tax because they're only paying you tax on what they pay out, right? Now, the trap here can be if you've got HECS or help debt, any family tax benefit stuff, any child support type payments. What happens at the end of the year, the amount that salary sacrificed to super over your 12% superannuation guarantee gets added back. So on your notice of assessment, your tax return, it will say it's a reportable superannuation contribution, which reportable means we report on it. Super guarantee of 12% is a non-reportable superannuation benefit. So what that can mean is throughout the year, if you've salary sacrificed to super and you've got HECS or help debt, at the end of the year you'll get a bill because there hasn't been enough salary withheld, or it could impact what you're telling the government with any family tax benefits, what you're telling the other side about child support and all that stuff. So yes, it can be done. That's, I don't know, just from a vibe point of view, I thought about this a lot. It's pretty savage to just the psychology of it. You're going to a second job, and if it was pouring beers or waiting tables or Bunnings or whatever the second job is, sure, it might not be full-time hours, but if you're working an extra couple of hours a week and not seeing any money in your personal bank account, the psychology on that is wild, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you think every single time you get into the end of the week and you see your paycheck, you expect to see it come into your account, and you do all the hours and then you don't see the paycheck come into your bank account.
Yeah.
But I guess that is the switch in the mindset from like a temporary here, right now, present mindset to a long-term thinking mindset.
Yeah.
But there's some definite mindset shifts that need to happen as well.
Yeah, and so the other way I was talking about would be because we can salary sacrifice to superannuation with our own money, not through our employer, and then claim that on tax at the end of the year, that's probably a smoother way if you didn't want to have the tax bill because of HECS or help debt or any other type of confusion. But you just have to log in to do a notice of intent to claim form with your super fund as soon as you've finished extra contributions and before your tax return. So look, good little question to fodder around. Hey, it's Glen here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.